Hey everyone, it's Ethan or Miss back again for another video today, and welcome back to our Minnesota Wild franchise mode. And in this one today, we will be starting off the regular season sim of year number one, which I am pretty excited for because this is going to be a very interesting team, and it's going to be a very interesting year. Like I had said in the previous episode, which was just kind of like the intro, obviously, I was gonna make some overall changes, which I did. So I don't know if the team's better or worse. Like I'd say overall, it probably actually is a little bit better, which wasn't really the goal. But I mean, Minnesota obviously wasn't a great season, finishing pretty low in the standings this past season. But here's what it looks like now. And yeah, Kevin Fiala in 84, who I boosted. Nick Bonino in 83, who I boosted. Zuccarello was not touched. He didn't change. Jordan Greenway also wasn't touched. He did not change. Same thing for Johansson and same thing for Parise. Although I was considering Parise, he had a pretty damn great season this season. I mean, the past 2 years, really, he's been a pretty good player. Like, he could even be an 84, same as Fiala, but I decided to keep him at an 83, which was probably a mistake, but at the same time, it's all right. So, third line, I didn't change Erickson. I think I did take Bukestad down by one, which there is a very high chance that I will only call this man B Jugs this entire series, so be prepared for that. But yeah. Ryan Hartman, I don't think I changed either. Victor Rask, I demoted quite a bit from, I believe, a 79 to a 77. Luke Johnson, not great, but that's kind of the fourth line is how it's going to roll. Marcus Foligno, I also did not touch. Defensively, Suter, I dropped. Dumba, I raised. Brodeen was untouched. Spurgeon, I raised. Susie was unchanged. Hunt was unchanged. And then the goaltending, Stalock did not change, but Talbot was bumped down a little bit. And then down in the AHL, I didn't touch anything apart from Marco Rossi, who is surprisingly in the AHL, who I boosted 3 overall. Obviously, was just drafted by Minnesota here in the most recent draft. I forget what team he was playing for. That's why, like, I'm pretty sure it was a Canadian. Like, I'm pretty sure it was just one of the Canadian leagues, which means he should be playing in them. I don't know why. So I boosted him up from a 68 to a 71 overall. Kind of wanted to boost the potential, but I also didn't want to just completely overpower Marco Rossi, so he's going to be this this beast. But I did make his stats a little bit better offensively and dropped some of his defensive stats a little bit. I think that's just kind of for the best. He's a pretty good offensive player, as far as I know. So, yeah, that's what the team is going to be looking like. Obviously, very hopeful for a few players on this team. Kevin Fiala, I've seen turn into a beast before, and I'm hoping that's going to be the case this time around as well. So, we'll see how it goes. I did not mean to go to edit lines. I do want to go to the contract section of the page really quickly, though, because I just want to see who's on an expiring deal this season, because I really don't know. So Kevin Fiala and Nick Bonino are the big ones, obviously, and I think Alex Stalock is as well, just out of curiosity. Oh, no, he's not. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to extend Kevin Fiala right now. He wants a 2-year deal. I'd kind of rather lock him up. Let's see if I can get him for 5 by 4, which isn't too bad. A little bit longer than what he wanted, but that's fine. As for Bonino, he wants an extension as well. I mean, I'm down for like 4 by 3. Obviously, he's only an 83 right now. And Fiala, I mean, Bonino obviously probably not going to change at all, but Fiala, hoping he will grow. But as for that, those will probably be the only contract extensions I really look for here. I mean, the only defenseman we're really worried about re-signing is Brad Hunt, who I'm sure we could probably find better. Although Brad Hunt is a decent offensive defenseman. Now, one thing I want to do quickly is go to free agency and just see who's currently in free agency. Obviously, some players that have yet to be signed, but I'm not cheesing the game like that. Dustin Bufflin, I mean, we could obviously add him, but really, I'm looking more for forward help to add to this team. I mean, Mike Hoffman is an option because I don't think he's signed anywhere. Mikhail Granlund could come back. That would be interesting. Kovalchuk. Let's just sort it by forwards. We could bring back Eric Halla as well. There's a few former Minnesota players that we could bring back. I mean, obviously, I'd like to make this team a little bit better, but I also don't want to make it a ridiculous amount. I don't really know what the best option is for us. Athanasiou's there as well. Could bring some speed to our team. A good defensive player. It's actually not a bad idea bringing Athanasiou to this team. Obviously, we don't have a lot of cap, just because the big Parise, soon to be, or I think soon to be Spurgeon and big Suter contracts as well. But yeah, I think I will offer Athanasiou a contract. I'll just offer him what he wants, and hopefully that'll be all right. I mean, that'll help the team out a little bit. Obviously, I don't want this team to just be awful. Although I do think there's going to be a bit of a rebuild before Nick Bonino renews, and so does Fiala, and Athanasiou accepts. So a lot of news there, which is very nice to see. But yeah, I don't really know what I plan for this team so far. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I really don't know. So yeah, in the system, Athanasiou, we will call him up, and I will probably just send down who was it, Johnson? Yeah, Luke Johnson. Sorry, I just had to clear my throat. I just haven't been feeling the best the past day. Don't have COVID though. That's a fact. I know that. Do I want to put Greenway down onto the third line, or do I want to demote B-Jugs? Cause Athanasiou's a winger, right? Yeah. Okay. I was thinking he was a center. I mean, he can play center, I guess, but maybe. I mean, I kind of like to keep Greenway there. I think I'll demote Hartman. I think that's the shout here. So we'll demote Hartman, pick up Athanasiou, put him on that third line. That'll give us a pretty good third line, in all fairness. Ryan Hartman won't be our fourth line center. It will be Victor Rask. But yeah, now our entire forward core is getting a +1, and obviously there's that +5 in the third pair on the D core, which, I mean, if that actually turns them to like an 85 overall, or an 85 and 7 or 84 overall, we have a really, really good D core. I mean, overall, I think we have a really good D core anyways. Obviously, we could get better than Brad Hunt and Carson Soucy, sorry. But yeah, I mean, overall, I still think we have a pretty good D core. So let's just continue simming through through the preseason, and I'm not gonna make any trades yet. We'll wait till deadline day to see what comes along. I don't plan on making any trades. I'm not getting rid of Spurgeon, Dumba, and Fiala. I think are going to be like the staples to this team. Obviously, I currently have. Well, it will be like this the entire series, but obviously Kevin Fiala is the player on the thumbnail, if you guys did not know. So yeah, I'm just gonna take everyone off the block. Hopefully that we won't get as many trade offers, but I'm sure we still will. Zach Parise having a great start to the preseason, which is nice. Let's stop the sim. I didn't get to see how many points we had, but or who had the points and what our record was, but I can obviously go check that really quickly. So let's see how the preseason went. Win, loss, win. Or yeah, win. Yeah, sorry. So 5-1-0 in the preseason, not too bad, and we are going to be facing Colorado in the first game of the season. So let's slow sim it. Might as well. I'm pretty excited to get into this series, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I think this team is a very interesting team in a very interesting spot, where I think we're definitely able to win some games, but hopefully we'll be able to. And I'm just expecting more losses first, unfortunately. But you never know as we head to the overtime frame, and Ian Cole gets the goal. So we lose our first game of the season in overtime, but can't win them all, right? But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how this team does. I don't think we're really on the horizon for a playoff push this year. probably not next year either. So we'll see how things go. But I mean, so far, not too bad, I guess. Athanasiu has been pretty great already so far. 2 goals in 2 games. Can't complain about that. B Jugs with 3 points. Like I said, I'd be pretty shocked if I don't call B Jugs every single time I talk about him in this or any series really. So let's just sim the first month, and we'll see where that brings us. So obviously currently 1-0-1, which is good. 100% point ratio so far. I say that then we lose to Chicago now. One thing I'm going to have to remind myself probably in this series, just because I'm so used to it over in Moncton. Obviously, we're in the Eastern Conference in Moncton, and this one will be in the Western Conference. 10 games into the season, not even. Nashville's already fired their coach. We get another offer for Spurgeon that I'm declining because, wow, LA's off to a great start of the season, 10-1-0. We could get Eberle and Bailey for Spurgeon. I mean, that's pretty sick, but I also don't want to do that. Brad Hunt, obviously, the Leafs could use defensive help, although I think Leafs D-core is probably the best it's been in years. I think it's actually a pretty good D-core now. Obviously, adding TJ Brody, re-signing Jake Muzzin. And I think we'll have some young guns stepping up to the plate this season. Nick Bonino, currently a point-per-game player, which is pretty good. 14 points in the first 12 games of the season. Zuccarello, also a point-per-game player, and Kevin Fiala right there with them. So, great start from our top line. I'm very happy about that. Athanasiu, a great addition to the team already. Third line, has 9 points. Some pretty decent goal scoring as well. And one thing I'm curious to know about this series, hopefully the goaltending will be better than it is over in Moncton. Obviously, if you guys watched the most recent video of the Moncton series, that was dumb. But yeah, not great stats out of either of the goaltenders, but Statlock better than both of our goalies in Moncton right now. So whatever. But yeah, 5-5-2 through the first month, which isn't too bad. But let's just sim to the new year. I pretty much go through this cycle, the same cycle every year for simulating. I'll sim the first month, which pretty much gives us the first 10 games of the season, which isn't too bad. And then I'll sim to the new year, and then sim to the deadline. And man, a lot of teams want Spurgeon, but I really don't want to give up on Spurgeon. I mean, his contract isn't great, but I think he's a pretty serviceable player. I'm hoping he'll be able to put up a decent amount of points for us this season and future seasons. I did boost the offensive stats to Spurgeon and Dumba a little bit because I believe Spurgeon's just a much better offensive defenseman than a defensive defenseman anyways, where Dumba's more of that two-way guy. But yeah, I mean, so far, we're staying right around the 500 mark this season, which can't really complain, which is, I mean, that's pretty good for this team, I think, because obviously, this team isn't great, but I don't know whether I want us to dip down in the standings or go up in the standings, because obviously going for the playoffs would be great, but I'd probably rather us lose these first 2 seasons because this team isn't great and we need prospects. Like our defensive pool is not great. I believe Kalen Addison is currently our best defensive prospect. I think he's either 19, 20, or 21. I can't remember. At a medium top 4, and he's like 68 overall, which isn't great. Obviously, Marco Rossi is great. I don't know if Kirill Kaprizov is in the game. I can't remember. I don't think he is, because he would be great to have on this team. He's supposed to be pretty good, but I don't think he is. So I'll have to look into that actually. Kevin Fiala currently leading the way with 32 points in 38 games. Again, not bad from him. Bonino, same thing. And Zuccarello, same thing. All 3 of them are doing pretty damn good. Can't complain about that top line right now. Very pleased with that. And then Marcus Johansson on the second line with Zach Parise. They're doing pretty well as well. Athanasiu on the third line, still doing very good. Greenway's not putting up that many points on the second line, but he's not that much of an offensive force. He's obviously a power forward, so I'm sure he can put up a decent amount of points, but that's not his like go-to, I guess. So Talbot has actually taken more starts recently than Stalock, but they're both doing much better than the goalies over in Moncton, so can't complain about that. But yeah, pretty good so far, and I think we will probably sim up to. Well, actually, before we do that, we'll go check on Kaprizov to see if he is in the game, because I want to say he's not in the game, and I should have done a creative player and created him, because that would obviously help. It kind of sucks that EA doesn't have the rights to some players yet. I didn't mean to do it here, but yeah, hopefully one day EA will just be able to have everyone. That would be nice. So let's see if Kirill Kaprizov is on this team, or on the, not necessarily on the team, but now he's not. All right. Yeah, I guess in hindsight, probably should have made him, but it's all right. So let's just take a look. Marco Rossi already up to a 72. He's now 19. Only 15 points in the AHL, which isn't that great. Looks like our AHL team is struggling. But yeah, Kalen Addison, 66 overall at 20 years old. Okay, I guess it's this O'Rourke guy, Ryan O'Rourke. Yeah, looks to be our best defensive prospect right now, which isn't great. I mean, Kalen Addison, I would much rather him be a lot better. I want to say we got him from Pittsburgh. Yeah, we did. Yeah, I think maybe in the Zucker trade or the Galchenyuk trade, maybe. I'm not too sure. Kovanov is hopefully... Wait, Kovanov's in the AHL. I'm actually 100% positive he's currently not playing. So I'm going to go put him in so he can play, because I did not realize he was in the AHL. So let's switch to the AHL. And who's old and bad? Joseph Cramarosa, yep. Bye. Yeah, Alex Kovanov, please get in the lineup, my guy. I'm just going to move you up to the second line. Yeah, we'll do that. And I'm going to take out... Brandon Duhaime's alright, I guess, but Mike Leonbas as well. Cody McLeod isn't playing, but he's probably not putting up any points anyways. But I am going to put Johnson in the lineup. I guess I should have really looked at the AHL a little bit more. Yeah, alright. That'll be the AHL team, so hopefully that'll make them a little bit better. I guess while we're down here, Jesus, 19 points is our point leader right now in Mayhew. But yeah, I guess while we're down here, let's go take a look at Kakkonen. 909, which isn't too bad, and Matt Robson isn't doing too bad. Well, yeah. I mean, he could basically be a starter in the AHL. He should really be doing better, but what can you do? Toronto is a great team so far this season, 21-10-8. We are not too far out of a playoff spot. We're currently almost in a wild card spot, which is interesting. We aren't really towards like the bottom half of the league either, though. Yeah, so we're kind of in the middle of the pack, which you don't want to be at. You want to be on either the higher end or the lower end. So as we sim to the deadline, I am crossing my fingers that we go in one of those directions instead of continuing on the path that we're currently on, because we could get rid of Ryan Suter, but I don't see that happening. I think we're stuck with Suter and Parise, so we're going to keep them. Like, I think in real life, Suter and Parise are going to retire as Minnesota Wild players unless they get bought out, but those are two big contracts to buy out, so I don't see that happening anytime soon. You bring Jason Zucker back. Yeah, like I said, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Hard at all, really. I just think they will both probably retire as Minnesota Wild players, so I think we should just stick with them and keep them here on the team. I think that'll make it a little more interesting as well. So, you know, we could have them to the very end of their contracts, which will probably suck, because that's a lot of cap, but we'll have to live with it. So we are still currently hovering around that 500 area. Like I said, I would like either more losses or more wins, though. You know, Jesus, a 9-1 win over New Jersey. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, we might be a positive team heading into the deadline here. Marcus Foligno, no thanks. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know where to go with this. I don't know if we should be selling or buying, so I'm just going to go conservative seller as we enter the deadline here. Bufflin's in LA, Fleury in Vegas, Yandel. I mean, obviously, there's some options out here. Very interesting options, to be fair. I mean, we could. Ryan Suter's on the block apparently, but again, like I said, Suter and Parise are here to stay. Like, is there anyone that I really should be getting rid of here? Because I'm really not too sure. Like, someone that's mad old that should be on their way out, or that may be on their way out soon. I mean, obviously Parise and Suter, but it's just not happening. Yeah, I don't really know here. What, I don't know. Kevin Fiala still in 84. I'm really hoping he'll be able to grow. He's having a pretty good season, obviously. 53 points. He's 1 point behind the amount of points he had last season, but that was throughout the total season, and also 1 game behind. So he's on pace for a career high, which I'm very pleased about. He may hit 70 points, which would be nice. Trade between Montreal and Anaheim, by the looks of things. Brendan Gallagher to Anaheim. That's an interesting trade. That's probably a good fit, though, to be fair. Yeah, I don't really see any players here that I like that are jumping out at me that like they need to go or they should go. I mean, obviously we signed Athanasiou. We could trade him away, but I don't really feel like doing that either. I mean, maybe we could trade away one of the goalies. I mean, Talbot's been struggling. He's been struggling a lot. Where, I mean, yeah. He has more wins, but his save percentage is bad. Where, oh, sorry, not Kakinen, but Stalock is having a pretty good year. Where Talbot is not. So, you know, maybe, no, not Kakinen. Maybe we could look at shipping away Talbot. That's all we could get. I don't know. He wouldn't go to Anaheim, though, obviously. I don't really know how to approach this. Like, I don't know if we should be trying to get someone else or not. Let's just scroll through every team and see who is currently available. If there's anyone like that's really intriguing to us. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, if there's a few players, maybe we could definitely target them. But I don't really, I don't know what direction I want this team to go in. Because, you know, I'd rather us go for the rebuild, but I also don't really want to trade away any of these players right now. Where, you know, we could obviously go for winning a Stanley Cup, but I feel like we'll have to acquire quite a bit to make that drastic turn. I don't know. I mean, we could maybe go for Hoffman. Obviously, not a lot of value at all. How is... Jesus, he just got traded. I was literally looking at him. He got traded to Vancouver. That's actually ridiculous. Dustin Bufflett and Mike Hoffman. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I was actually going to take a look at that. That sucks. Oh, man. What can you do, though, right? There's not a lot of interesting players here. And what was interesting about Hoffman is just how little value he had. Kind of the same thing here for Nikita Gusev. He doesn't have a lot of value, obviously. But 42 points is pretty good. You know, how is New Jersey doing? I mean, they're in a similar boat to us. They're listed as sellers, though. I mean, I listed us as conservative sellers, so is buying for Nikita Gusev really the shout here? I don't know. And even then, I don't know who or what to give up there. Like, obviously, we have 2 first-rounders this season. Okay, wait. Let's just go take a look at Pittsburgh. They're pretty bad. Jesus Christ, Philadelphia, but Pittsburgh is pretty bad. I mean, obviously we have their first round pick this season. Is there anyone that they have on the block that maybe we could target? Zucker, we could bring Zucker back. I mean, Brian Rust is an interesting option. Not a bad contract. You know, just about 40 points right now as well. You know, bringing in Brian Rust might not be a bad option. No goalies, though. I actually don't really mind this. And you know what? I will full on give them a player or something. I would love to give them Kalen Addison back. Just because I don't know if he'll be panning out for us. But, I mean, you guys can have your third round pick back. And you can take our third pick next year as well. That's disapproved TXTTAI asset not on team. Huh? What is that? I've never seen that error code before. What is that? What the hell? That's so weird. Okay, wait. What was that? TXTTAI asset not on team. Oh wait, did Brian Rust get traded? Is that what happened? Let's just go down to Pittsburgh. He did. Damn it. Frig, that's the second time this has happened. Alright, well, maybe we just aren't meant to make a trade right now. They want to get rid of GVR, but they're just doing great. Obviously, a lot of players on... Jesus Christ, a lot of players on the island that want to be off the island, clearly. But those are some long contracts I don't really want to take. Continuing on, I mean, Patty Marleau, we could bring on to the team. He's got 40 points this season. He's having a great year. He's only an 80 overall, too. That's pretty crazy. St. Louis has Vince Dunn. That would be sick. He's not playing, though, for whatever reason. Oh, he must not have been signed. Getting the rights to Vince Dunn would be very interesting, honestly. He doesn't have a lot of value. I'd actually totally be down for this. Getting the rights for... Yeah, I actually don't mind this at all. I will give you our third next year. Is that enough? Definitely not. Jesus. Could we maybe add someone? Or something else? I don't really know what to add. Maybe Guskov? Who is this? Matiev Guskov was drafted last year in the 5th round. How about Philip Johansson? Because he's probably not panning out for us whatsoever. So, defensive prospect and a 3rd rounder for Vince Dunn. Trade accepted. Alright, so I'm actually totally okay with that because that'll obviously boost our team up a lot. Well, defensively at least, and that just makes our D-core even better now. And now, well, I guess it doesn't matter whether he's a lefty or a righty. I guess we could take a look at getting rid of Susie now. Brad Hunt with... Which do I actually want to get rid of? That's a good question. Hunt's on an expiring deal. Susie's not, but he's also making a lot of money. But, and I do remember Brad Hunt not wanting an extension. But let me check. I think Dunn is a righty. Oh, no, he's a lefty. Okay. I mean, either way. You know what? Brad Hunt has more value. Let's see if we can get anything for Brad Hunt. There's a few trade offers. I was going to say any prospects, but no. Maybe Dallas. Let's do one. No. Yeah, let's do Washington. No, let's do Vancouver. I don't think I've made a trade yet with Vancouver. So, obviously, we haven't in this series, but I mean in Moncton either. So, well, I got DiPietro from them, I'm pretty sure. So, Brad Hunt, thank you, but we're going to go with Carson Soucy for now. And, yeah, obviously, that boosts our D-core up a lot. Also makes them a little bit younger, which is nice. So, I'm definitely okay with that, and I think that's really all I'm going to do for the deadline here. So let's exit the deadline. We'll see what else happens. But let's go give Vince Dunn a contract. Hopefully he doesn't want a load of money. Something you should be able to do in the game, maybe one day in the future. This will be in the game where when you trade for a player, you can sign them to a deal. Like, obviously that happens a lot in the NHL. So it would be nice. Taylor Fadoon, are you any good? Like, is it worth accepting 9 points in the NHL? He's a 78. Thanks. I'm going to just decline that, mate. Alright, so just a little bit over 500. Is Vince Dunn really the solving problem to get us into the playoffs? Probably not, but I think in the long run he'll definitely be able to help us out here in the future. So let's go see where Vince Dunn is. I'm assuming he's in the AHL. Yeah. Wait, can I not sign him? Is it too late to sign him? No. We passed the deadline, so it's too late to sign him. Shit. This game sucks. Damn it. Shit. Well, that was bad. I totally didn't even think of that. Damn it. Well, that's not good. I can't sign him. Shit. Oh, well, that sucks. Yeah, that's gonna hurt too. Obviously, that's gonna hurt our push for the playoffs here since I traded away Brad Hunt. If I hadn't traded away Hunt, it wouldn't have really mattered all that much, but since I did, Greg Patterson is now up in the NHL. We're gonna have to roll with it, I guess. My bad, guys. I totally, I didn't even think about that. I should have traded for him earlier. I didn't know, to be fair, but I should have traded for him earlier. So, unfortunately, we traded away one of our NHL players for someone we were hoping to get an upgrade on, or someone that we did get an upgrade on, but unfortunately, we won't have him able to finish the season with us. Shit, that's mad annoying. I didn't even think about that. Although we're winning a lot of games right now, so man, that sucks. That's a big L on my part. I'll hold that. So sorry about that, guys, but damn, yeah, I totally forgot about that. Shit. We're in a wildcard spot though right now. That would suck if he can't play in the postseason either, obviously. I mean, we might be on our way to the playoffs this season. I mean, I'm hoping we're going to the playoffs, because if we aren't, we are not going to be getting a good pick. It's not looking good. We still have a few games left, but no, I don't think we made the playoffs. Wait, we did? No, we didn't. Damn. Alright, well, that sucks. Obviously, would have liked to have added Vince Dunn to the team. But let's just take a quick look at our team. So, Zuccarello and Benito both finished with 66 points, 65 for Fiala. He kind of slowed down a little bit, I guess. Like I said, I was hoping he was going to hit 70 points, but maybe next season he can do that. So, obviously a career high for Benito. As for Zuccarello, though, I'm not too sure if that is a career high. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah, cool. Not too bad. Pretty good out of Zuccarello. I mean, he might have surpassed that total this season where he had 37 points in 46 games. If he had to play the whole season, maybe. But, I mean, 66 points, a career high for Zuccarello. Obviously a career high for Benito. We'll probably squash wherever that was. Or whatever his highest point total is. Yeah, I mean, 35 points last season and the season prior. But yeah, I mean, 49 points was Benito's best career year. So great season out of Benito. I'm sure we'll probably see a boost in overall for Zuccarello and Benito. Hopefully Fiala as well. Parise, obviously 57 points, not bad. Johansson 57 as well. Athanasiou, great addition to the team. Really glad we signed him. B-Jugs, not too bad either. Our third line was pretty good. Victor Rask, you know what, to be fair, 36 points as a 77 isn't that bad. Greenway with 35, Hartman with 33, Dumbo with 33 led the way on the D-core. Spurgeon with 31. yeah, I mean, overall, not too bad. I wonder how Brad Hunt was doing. Let's go check St. Louis. Might as well quickly. Just sort of by the defenseman. He wasn't playing. Cool. What about in the AHL? What is? Jesus, I don't remember St. Louis's AHL team. Who is it? Grand Rapids, Hartford, Henderson, Hershey, Iowa, Laval, Lehigh, Manitoba, Milwaukee, Ontario, Providence, Rochester, Rockford, San Diego, San Jose, Springfield. Is it? No, Springfield I think is Florida. Syracuse. I am so confused. Is it Springfield? I'm so confused. Maybe? Okay, it is. Yeah, okay. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I struggled so much for that. Wait, is it? I mean, Jordan Kyrie's obviously a blue, so was Clean Costume, but that just doesn't. That's just some of those players just don't look right. Okay, yeah, I don't know why. I didn't know that, to be honest. I was thinking the Thunderbirds were freaking Florida's AHL team. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know where Brad Hunt is, but he's not. Wait, I was looking at forwards, but wait, is this right? Okay, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's right, but he's just nowhere to be seen. So, unfortunate. Although, what can you do? Let's go take a look at a few more stats on our team, though. Let's see. The goalies, Stalock, still a little bit better. Talbot, not great. I mean, neither of them really did that good, but, you know, what can you do? But yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Obviously, a pretty long one, especially compared to the first one of this series, but yeah, I mean, come back for the next one. We'll see what the off season holds, because our AHL team is definitely not making the playoffs. They are bad. But Marco Rossi leading the way down there. So, yeah, tune in for the next one. It should be an interesting one. We'll see how the off season goes. We'll see how the draft goes, because there is a very high chance that we could get a good pick out of Pittsburgh, who, let's just check really quickly, see where they finished in the league. I love how laggy the screen is. It's so much fun. We finished at 21st, which is not good. Pittsburgh finished bottom 5, sorry. So we could get some decent picks here. But yeah, we will see how the lottery is lucky to us, if at all. Anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I will see you guys soon. All right, bye-bye.